Hey, hello everyone. This is Kiran, and today we are going to talk about Jira project, end-to-end flow of a Jira project. So let's start and begin with it. So first of all, let's take an example of what we're going to actually work upon. Okay. So I'll go back to my notes, and here are some notes. So we start on what is a project. Project is any collection of issues, and issues are something which we actually which we need to work upon, right? So the hierarchy is like project, then epic, stories, task, and subtask, right? Now we'll talk about quick advantages of Jira tool. So far when we have learned all the concepts of Jira, it is very easy to now say that Jira has a very good visibility. Jira is a tool which is making each other's work so much visible. It is very transparent. One teammate can see that what other teammate is doing. At the same time, the client satisfaction is high because even the clients are given accesses to the portals, and they can see the tickets which are getting worked upon, and they can easily track the progress of the project they are actually expecting to be delivered, right? So that's very good. Now, better prioritization. So we have seen that there are fields in the Jira issues wherein we can set the priority to high, medium, low, and then we can filter them out, and then we can see that which all high priority issues are left to be done, and we can actually prioritize them and do it at the first go. So prioritization is very important for any project to be completed on time. At the same time, less downtime between the tasks. Why? Because if let's say the development is not complete and the other teammates are not having exact UI to test on, there are a lot of activities which other teammates can do. They can work on the n-1th part of the project, and let's say if the nth sprint is going on, then there are automation which can be performed for the last sprint deliverables, or let's say if there is testing, test case creation can be done based on the documentation. If so, there is no downtime, as in none of the teammates needs to just sit idle for any amount of time when we are working on a project management tool like Jira. Now, improve teamwork, absolutely, because there is so much facilitation of agile methodology here. So many people are working together towards the same common goal, and people are meeting on a daily basis, and they can see each other's work and can help each other. There are comment section where they can talk to each other. There is faster communication. So absolutely there is improved teamwork using a tool like Jira. Now, more predictability, because we can easily go to the insight section in the Jira or create a dashboard wherein we can see the Burndown chart, and we can be very much sure that okay, or we can be at least have a good predictability that okay, fine, this is going on with the project. We need to change our ways, or we need to implement more methods to be able to finish it on time. So prediction is very important at right time, and then when we are able to predict it, we'll be able to actually finish it on time. So these conclude the good advantages of Jira tool, and we have seen it all in the entire session. So let's begin with a project wherein we will be creating epic, then stories, tasks, subtasks, and we'll work on each of them. We will create a sprint, we'll create the entire cycle, and then see the Burndown reports. We can create automation in Jira. We can do a lot of stuff and add tools, plugins like Zephyr for test case creation, create test runs, and also create the traceability matrix. So there's so much to do, isn't it? Now, let's say if these are the list of issues which we actually work on, isn't it? Like task, subtask, bug, enhancement, stories, epic, new feature, test. All these are issue types in Jira, isn't it? We have seen it. Now, let's talk about a project. The project name is Amazon.com. So for Amazon.com, let's say we are going to create epics. So if you just open Amazon.com here on my screen, so it's a marketplace panel which is helping us sell and buy goods as and when we want to. So we can see here that epics can be for the Amazon.com project can be number one, e-commerce. Of course, like e-commerce can be the first epic actually. Anyways, doesn't matter. Seller integration pages, so where people can register to the page and then they can sell their products. Seller integrations. E-commerce, of course, is one of the epics. Logistics, as in once we are placing the order, then how it moves from different place, how it gets associated to the vendor, then it goes to the customers, so logistic, how it is managed. So for that we have portals and payment integration, so many different methods of payment we have. Then customer support can be another epic, and then order tracking can be another epic. So this is just an example. We can create a lot of epic to complete a project as vast as amazon.com. So but it's just an example. We can actually extract and think of epics like this, and then we can take one epic and start thinking of stories around it, so that we can actually start working on the stories. So talking about the stories, so if we have selected the epic as the e-commerce, so the stories which will be created around it is for any e-commerce page. We have the registration page. First of all, any person needs to first register to that website, and then once the person is registered, the person needs to log into that. So we have a login page on any e-commerce platform. After the login is successfully done, we have this home page where we can see it as a dashboard for any user who is logged in. After the home page, we have different categories. So this is called product listing pages. So let's say if I am on the electronics section, so if I am on any category, let's say it's computer and tablets, so this is the product listing pages. All the product belonging to a particular category are listed here. This is our listing pages. If we select one of the products from here, so if we select one of the products, we'll get that product's description pages, which will have a lot of idea about that project, including its color, size, quantity, then if any offers are available on that particular product, and so on. Then we have to add this item to the cart, and once we add it to the cart, we have a cart page where multiple items might be added from different categories and so on. And there are different features of cart as well. We have the search functionality on different pages. And after the cart, if we actually move forward to payment, let's say we are on the cart page, and from here we move forward to payment, proceed to checkout. So we'll be on the payment page, and on that payment page we'll have different payment methodologies which we need to use and test. So here we are not logged in, that's why we are redirected to the login page once we are trying to pay. And after that, once the payment is done, we get the order details page or the thank you page. So these will be the major stories for any e-commerce platform. So I've written all these things. So these can be all the stories, order details, then tracking page and everything. All these can be user stories. Now let's take one of the user stories, which is cart, let's say. So for this cart, we can write our tasks. So what all tasks we can have? We can have the development task, we can have QA tasks, we can have design tasks. So accordingly, we can create different tasks around a story. So once the tasks are created, we can have subtasks also. It's not mandatory to create a subtask, but you may create subtasks for a better segregation of the work. So subtasks will be like, let's say testing task is a task which we have taken. The subtask will be test case writing, test case execution, raising bugs, or writing automation test cases, and creating report, or any testing activity can be termed as a testing subtask. So this is how the project will look like. Let's go to our Jira and create a full end-to-end flow so that we can understand how it works. Here we are on the Jira. We have different projects. Let's create our own project, which will be project, create project. So we are on the trial version of Jira. We have went to log into, we have went to the Jira iteration page, and we have clicked on start free trial, and there we have put in our email addresses, and then we have verified the email address from the email which we got from iteration. And once we have verified, we are on the page. We have logged in. We had to create our own site. So any sites which you can see here, Orange HRM Jira demo I have written here, .iteration.net, but it can be any other site too, maybe Jira demo, or maybe if you're in the Amazon, then the site will be related to Amazon. So any URL it will create, .iteration.net, and then you can create a project. So we can create Kanban, Scrum, bug tracking, whatever kind of project we want to, software development, service management, work management, what do you want, whatever, marketing, human resource, any project of your choice. So we are selecting Scrum project again and use the template. And then you can choose a team manage or company managed project. So we'll select company managed project because for external plugins, when we are installing external plugins, there are some settings which are not possible in the team managed project. So we need to do create a company managed project here to show you some demos. Okay, so select a company managed project. After that, we can name the project. Let's say our project is Amazon. So the key which got created is AM. It got automatically created. You can change it if you want to. Connect the repositories, documents and more if you want to, or not, that's okay. Then you will be just clicking on next here. So now you can see we got, either we can connect Confluence or other external cloud, or we don't want to, then we can just quickly skip. And then here we are on the Scrum page of the project which we created, which is Amazon. The name of the project is only Amazon. Now we can see we have the roadmap, backlogs, active sprint and the reports. Very important. First of all, we have to understand the roadmap. So in the roadmap, we can create the epic and link a lot of hierarchy, as in this user stories, tasks and subtasks here. So let's create the epic named, we'll choose from here, e-commerce for Amazon. Okay, so we'll write here the epic as Amazon e-commerce. Or Amazon website, anything. Okay, so we created this. Yeah, it has, I'll just hit on enter. It should be created. Hang on. Okay, so it has opened a pop-up for me. No problem. The name of the epic is Amazon e-commerce, and if you want to set anything else, we can. Original estimate is something which I have put as in, I can remove this from the settings. I'll show you how, but for now let's keep it as 2 months. 2 months will actually, it's not in, M would mean minutes actually here. So what we can do, 2 weeks, so we'll write 8 weeks, 8W. Okay. Now we can create, we can select the label as epic, you know, we can create a new label and create. So we have created an epic here. Now after the epic is created, we can create user stories associated with it. So the user stories will be like, I can change it. No, here you can see the plus sign. So create child issue, so which will be user stories. So the user stories will be, we cannot. Okay, so we have to do some settings. Then we can see more options here in the child issue creation. We don't have the user story setting done, so we can learn how to do the settings. So roadmap is something which we have to do. Now remember, we have to go to the project settings. So let's go to the project setting from here on another tab. So on another tab, we'll open the same project, click on project, select the project because we have multiple projects created in the Jira. So go to this and select project, which is Amazon. Here we go. So I've opened the project and now inside that we'll go to the project setting here. Okay, let's go to project setting. Now in the project setting, details and all we can change if you want to. Let's say you want to write Amazon website or something, you can change the name from here, change the key, change the URL. So let's mention the URL as this. Okay, Control C, Control V here. This is the URL. Project type is software development. Description if you want to write anything, Amazon site, website, development and testing. Okay, and then save details, default assignee to the project if you want to. So this is how we are actually doing some settings. Now this is the details setting. Let's go to the summary. So here we are on the summary. So you can see the schemes, issue type schemes is here, bug, epic, story, subtask, task. These are the issue type schemes which are associated with this project. There are workflows, there are screens, fields, settings and everything. Versions also. If you can add a version of the software, we can do that too, right? Okay, let's create a version for the timing of the software. So it will depend on the releases which we are going to do. So v1.0. So create a version. Let's say we are working on the v1.1. So name of the version is Amazon v1.1. Start date is today's date, which is 28th of April 2023, and we'll be releasing the first version after 2 weeks. So we'll be releasing it on 12th of May. Okay, version 1 or release 1 for Amazon website. Okay, we named it as this. We can save it. The first version is there. Let's create another version so that we know that okay, 2 versions are already there. Amazon version 1.2. It will be from 12th of May, that is 13th of May. You can start from 15th as well. Okay, no problem. Let's start from 13th of May. It will end on (27th). Okay, second release or something. It can be the description. Save. Okay, so version 1.1, version 1.2. Fine. Oh, there's a spelling mistake, no problem. So this is about versioning. Now let's go to the people. Now people management is equally important. You have to have your team so that you can assign work to them, right? So that is very important as a part of the project setting. So first of all, you can do it from here, or you can directly go to the teams tab here, and from there also you can add people in a team. So what you can do, you can go to another tab, go to teams tab here. You can invite your teammates or invite more people to the team. So let's just go to project, Amazon. Let's go to teams. Okay, I cannot see the yeah. So teams, and then we can go to click on teams and then create a team or invite people to Jira. So if we have enough people in the Jira, then we don't need to invite more people, or we can invite also. And create a team is something. Let's say you want to create an Amazon team. Okay, so you can do that. Amazon team. And then you can choose people whom you want. Let's say I want Kiran, I want Preeti, I want Jishi, right? So you want different people. So let's say you want these 3 people, you can create a team. Okay. And once the team is ready, you can just view the team if you want to. So you'll have 3 people in the team, in the Amazon team. So basically the team usage of team will be to have particular accesses if you want to. Let's say you're creating any automation rule and you want the access to be associated with that group of people only, you can do that. And there's a lot of other permissions which we can grant based on team basis. So here's an open team. We're having 3 people here. This is Amazon team and so on. Now this is about managing the people team. We can invite more people to Jira, create a team and search for the people in the team. Okay, so we have 2 teams right now, Orange team and Amazon team. Now we go to people's settings here in the project setting. Now in the people's tab, when we try to access the team, you can see when I clicked on add people on a free plan, you can only add people using your site's administration settings. Upgrade your plan to have better control who can access this project. So there are certainly restrictions which is very minimum, that's okay. Now we can go to the permissions tab and we can see what we can do with people's permission. So administrator projects, browse project, manage sprint. So there are various permissions which can be set based on this project specifically. So assign user, create issues or delete issues, who has the access, right? Let's say you want to not let people delete the issues. Okay, so only the admin can delete. So you can do those settings from here. So these are all permissions, what kind of permissions you want, right? Now after that, notifications, where who should get the email in case of new issue created and everything. Automation will come back. Features is important because we have to switch on the toggles for whatever we want to see on the project pages. Now you can see when we are here in the features, when we try to enable it, it shows that this core feature is enabled by default and cannot be disabled. So these are all core features and which will be enabled, which is roadmap, backlog, board and reports and issues and components. So these are all auto enabled, so that's why we cannot enable and disable, and rest can be toggled. Okay, so that is what is happening here. Now let's create go to the backlog section and create backlogs for this. So when we were on the roadmap, if you remember, let's go to the project and go to the roadmap. Here we go. If you remember, we have created an epic and we have to create user stories and tasks and subtasks, right? We can go to the backlog directly and start creating backlogs there also. And then we can create the sprint and then see the burn down chart. Okay, so let's go to backlogs here, and here we are on the roadmap. So we have created an epic, Amazon e-commerce. So based on that, what we do, we create. So we have versions also now, so we can use those versions. Anyways, let's create some backlogs starting from user stories. We'll create user stories, create issue, which should be of story type. Okay, so the story, so our stories will be, we'll go back to the notes and see what stories we are going to create: registration, login, product listing, product description, cart and everything. Okay, so let's create those. Let's go back here and here we go. Story is the registration page, log. Okay, it's opening up. We'll do the changes later on. We need to go back. Okay, there are mandatory fields. That's where it is opening up. I have to remove this original estimate field actually. So what do we do? Let me show you. I'll tell you. Cancel this. Now let's go to the project setting. First of all, discard issue. I have to do some settings to remove the original estimate. Let's go to project settings. In this project settings, we have to go to the issues. Okay, coming down, issues. Now in this issue, types, when we have story, we have made the estimation as a mandate field, so we have to remove that from there. In the story, see, like log, not this one, log work is required, and so we don't want the log work here, right? So what we can do is we can edit it and make it optional. Okay, so you can make it optional. Now anything else which is required, we can change it from here. Locked, fine. Required, issue type is required, fine. And whichever is issue type is required, fine. What else? A reporter is required, fine. Summary is required. Time tracking required, we can make it optional. Okay, so we have done the changes to the default settings and we can just save it. Now we won't get time tracking as a required field. Okay, so that is done. Now let's go to creating an issue in the board. We'll refresh it. Now we can create a story, registration page, then login page, yeah, here we go, create issue. So registration login cart. So one issue got created because the other things are not mandatory, right? So it's just creating login, home page, cart, and everything. Okay. Home page, cart. Let's create 4 stories for now, and we'll be creating tasks inside the stories. So for what we can do, we can open one of the story which we have created, which is registrations. The moment you click on any of the names of the story, a right navigation panel opens where you can, these are the keys which are getting created: AM2, AM3, AM4, AM5. AM was the key of the project, right? So we can click on this key, it will open in the new tab, an elaborated version where we can fill in the required details and complete the issue creation. So in Jira, you know that issue is everything. Epic is an issue. User story, task, subtasks, bug. Everything is an story. Is a issue here. Sorry. So we can see we are creating a story. So we can assign it to somebody. Let's say I'll assign this story to one of the teammates, which is Preeti. Okay. So I can assign it to Preeti, and labels I can create that, okay, this is story, so I'll use a story or anything like story as a label. Okay, now no, not exploratory bug, only story. Priority you can set if you want to, if you don't want, it's fine. Automation, right now I have not put any automation on this. Okay, then you can attach you can associate it with an epic, and you can also create subtasks if you want to directly from here, or after tasks also. You can link an issue. Let's say I want to link it to an epic. So I can do it as in related to epic name. So epic name is AM1, right? You remember that? So this is the epic. So it's linked here. We have linked it. Now you can comment here. You can see the history all, and you can be a watcher of this if you want to. You can vote for it, you can share this ticket with everybody. So these are the things which you're able to do as a part of this story. Now we can create tasks, right? So I'll go back to the board and I can create tasks here. So when I'm clicking on create button, I'm getting an option to change this to task. So task let's say will be development task for registration. Okay, so this is one task. Second task can be testing task for registration. Okay, so we can change this icon to differentiate amongst the user story and tasks and subtasks. So task can be testing task for registration. Design task for registration. Okay. Now we can take one and create subtasks. So these tasks can be linked directly to the epic and also to user story. So we'll link them to user story for the timing. So let's say if I am here and I want to open it. So I want to open it. So it will be linked to a user story. So the user story is AM2, right? So you can link it to the users. So you can create a good, linking between all the tickets, and the roadmap will be different. So I will just click on the roadmap here. In the meanwhile, I'm going to link this issue, which is a story type of, which is of task type. The icon has to be changed. Let's see, when you hover over, you can see that it is task. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand. So it relates to one of the user story, which is AM2. So registration is the user story. So you're linking it, and at the same time you can create subtask here for development. Let's say code registration page, unit test registration page. So this is a subtask for the development task. You can create more subtasks like unit test, case writing for registration. So we can create different subtasks for a particular task, right? So we are doing it. So that's how we are created. Let's refresh the backlog and we'll see how many tickets we have now. Let's go to the roadmap also and see if the linking has happened. So you can see registration, login, homepage, cart. So all these are user stories, and then we have created tasks, development, testing, design, and then you created subtasks that should also come here. Hang on, why is then the subtasks coming? AM9, AM10, right? They should also come here. Okay, we'll see this. Now you can see for this task, these are the two subtasks which got created. Here in the board, we can start a sprint by adding as many issues we want to in the first sprint. Okay. Okay, why are in the subtasks coming here? They should come here too, the subtask. Now we can associate all these tickets to some people so that their names, it is assigned to somebody, and then we'll be assigning user stories to the stories. Okay, so let's assign login to some person. Let's say you can assign it to Jish. Okay, then home page we can assign to Preeti. That's how we are assigning tickets to all the people. You can assign cart, development task. These are tasks, right? We can assign to two different people again. Here we go, assigning. So you can assign it to yourself also if you want to, or anybody else, that's fine. So testing task. Now subtasks are there inside that task actually. Okay, it's assigned, and the design task. So we have assigned all tickets to somebody. We can refresh the page to have a look. I'll just refresh the page. Now you can see all the tickets are assigned to somebody or the other. So we have 4 user stories. We'll be assigning story pointers to them. So based on odd number or even number, we can give story pointers, or we can give exact efforts if you don't want to use story pointers. So what we can do, we can just go and click on this registration and assign some numbers. Okay. Let's click on here and assign some numbers to all 4 of them. So here we can see story point we can give to AM2. AM2 we can give some 6, and then login AM3 we can give 4. Then home page we can give 2, and cart we can give 10, right? Different story pointers. So you can just refresh the page again to see the changes. So you can see this. Okay, this login didn't work. No problem, we'll do it again for the login. So let's say 4. Okay, so now we can move the tickets to the sprint, and we can see how we can actually start the sprint. Okay, so let's move them here. Here we go. So we will be moving the tickets to the sprint section. Okay, here we go. Now you can see some 7 issues are here in the sprint to start on, and we have some 22 estimation which we have to achieve, right? So we knew how to assign tickets to people, how to assign story pointers, and how to comment, how to add labels. We can tag people in the comments, that you know. Now let's start the sprint. So the moment we start the sprint, it will by default show us 2 weeks, but we don't want the sprint to be of 2 weeks. So AM sprint 1, let's customize it, and the start sprint time is for now 28th April. So we'll change the date to today's date only, which is 28th April, and the time will change to 20 minutes from now, or maybe 5 minutes from now. It's okay, 10 minutes from now. So 10 minutes from now I've selected, and then we can just start. The moment I start, a Scrum board gets created, and then the Scrum board will be measuring the progress in terms of what happened in the first minute and so on. So let's say if I keep moving tickets from to do to in progress to done, so the moment anything goes in the done, it will be marked as a depth, the curve moves down, right? So that's what happens. In the meanwhile, we can learn few more things till the time the sprint progresses. So we have some 10 minutes time. So what we can do, we can go and learn what is filter. So let's go to this and let's go to advanced search. So filters are used for saving any searches which you want to. Let's say view all filters. So if we have any filters already created, it will show it to us. If we don't have it, then we have to create filters. So all these are the filters from different projects which you can see, right? Who all are the viewers of these filters are mentioned here. So filter for AM board is something which is there, and rest are for different projects. So right now what we want to do, we want to create our own filter. So let's go to advanced issue search. Now when we are at the advanced issue search, we can apply different search criteria, because the searching is very important in Jira. How do we search for a particular ticket? Let's say we want to see all the tickets which I am working on. So you have to just go to your work and then click on my issues, and it will show you the work which you are doing, right? So your work is a good option to see your tickets or assigned to you, or the recent ones, or in the boards. So that's what you can do. Now let's say I want to just remove this one and select project which is Amazon only. Okay, so I want to only see options from this project for now, and I want to see only the bugs. So if I have, okay, right now I don't have any bugs, right? I have not created any bugs. So if I create a bug and add it in the sprint, let's say, let me do it for you. In the meanwhile, I will move something to the done status so that there is some progress in the curve. Okay, so it is since it is a subtask, it's asking me that you want to update in the parent issue also. Yes, we want to. So I'll keep on moving the tickets. In the meanwhile, the sprint is progressing. So I'm creating a bug now, guys, on the another tab. So I have to click on create button and select the issue type as bug. Okay, and then write the summary as unable to buy, unable to proceed with the payment, proceed with Paytm option, something like this. Okay, some bug you're getting. So component none, description, you have to mention steps to reproduce. If you want to change, let's say it's happening in the v1.1, so I have chosen the version, and the priority is high because I'm not able to make the payment. So priority is high. Original estimate is not mandatory now. So label, if you want to write exploratory bug or something, so you can just mention it like that. Environment, if you want to mention, attach screenshot, and then if it is blocking any of the, of course it is blocking the payment story, so that you can and you can assign it to the developer. Let's say, some developer, you can assign it to Epic. If you want to link, yes, I want to link it to this Epic, and you want to also associate it with the current ongoing sprint. It will tell us that, okay, it is going to affect the sprint sprint bandwidth, but that's okay. So AM sprint 1, you want to attach it to. Okay, and then let's create the bug. Okay, so the bug is getting created. In the meanwhile, I will also move more tickets to done. Okay, So I'm moving tickets to done. Now let's go back to the board and see the board. Here we go. You can see the board there. So yeah, so we can see if the bug got created or not. Yes, it got created. It is in the in progress status now. So what I was trying to explain you in the advanced search, that if I'm trying to see only bugs, okay, sorry, here we are. So if you're trying to see only bug in the advanced issue search, let's say filter and advanced issue search, if I'm doing here, and I want to see only the bugs, then if I just click on type as only bug, and then if I'm also selecting the project which is Amazon, so in that case I'll see the bugs for Amazon. So I can save this filter also. Okay, so let's go here in Amazon project, and I can save this filter because I'm seeing only one bug which is there in the Amazon project right now. Just a second, it's refreshing. So I can save as bugs in Amazon. Okay, all bugs in all status. So bugs in Amazon, this is the filter name. You can submit it. Okay, now I can go back to the board and move some tickets to done, so that with the end of this sprint I should be able to move everything to done. Okay, so filters can be saved like this. It's very useful. I can create more filters here. Let's say I don't want to see bugs, I want to see all the user stories, or let's say I want to see all the in progress, or maybe all the issues which are in done status. So I can change it to done, and I can change it, I can save this filter, all the closed issues I want to see, or maybe all the open issues I want to see, anything which is more useful. So it's so I can save this filter. Okay, it's happening in the bugs of Amazon. No, we don't want that. I want to go to advanced issue search again. Okay, okay, so we have only 2 minutes left. So what we can do, we can move more tickets to done in the meanwhile. Yeah, coming back here. So I'm here in the advanced issue search. I wanted to see all the done tickets, right? So I'll just close this. I can select the status to done, and then save this filter as closed issues in Amazon. Cancel. Save as closed issues in Amazon. So whatever requirement is there, we can save the filters like that. Okay, submit. 2 filters are there. Based on this I can create a dashboard also. For the timing, let's close the sprint and see the Burndown. So I'm just about to close the sprint because it's already only 1 minute is left. So I have moved all the tickets to done. Now I can just complete the sprint from here, and I can see the Burndown chart. Okay, so directly I can just click on complete sprint, and I can finish it before time, that's fine. I can just click on complete 8 issues where, because I have added one more in the bug in the in between, right, if you remember. So AM sprint 1 is finished. Here in the report section we got the Burndown chart, which is a very good chart. You can see started with the 22 story pointers to be achieved, and then before 1 day or 1 minute it got over, and it is meeting the x-axis. So this is a very good sprint report which can be created and which can be seen, right? So we have already seen how to create dashboard earlier, so that also can be done. You can go to this filters which you have created. You can go to dashboard, view all dashboard, or create dashboard, and then name the dashboard as Amazon dashboard or something. Okay, and then just maybe you want to across the organization you want people to see, or edited only by you, and so on. You can just save this and add gadgets there and see the progress and see the ongoing status of the project in the dashboard. Okay, so if I just open this dashboard, view all dashboard, go to Amazon dashboard, and we'll add gadgets there. Dashboard is empty. Edit, add gadget. So activity stream is okay, assigned to me is fine, average age chat, average time in number, bubble chart, whatever. Let's add something, created versus resolved, and then let's add, all are okay, all are good actually. I'll just add a pie chart also, and this is fine, like two gadgets are also okay if you don't want more. So added. So pie chart will be across something, right? So you have to choose a filter across which, so the filter is all done issues, let's say. Okay, okay, project is Amazon, and the filter, okay, okay, along, okay, here no filters required. So what do you want to see? We want to see based on the assignee. Okay, so how many tickets got assigned to. So save and update every 15 minutes can also be clicked, so that is also good. So you can see 3 people, okay, 27% is unassigned, 36% to Preeti, 18% to Jishi, and 18% to Kiran. So that's what assignee wise you can see the pie chart. Created versus resolved is good. You can select the project, which is Amazon here, and then you want to update it hourly, and then last 15 days count. Okay, number of trend of display the trend of unresolved, no, display versions. So okay, only major versions. Let's see, so how many, so all got done, actually all got resolved. So it will get a ticket like this, which is having a steep high, right? So created were 11 and all resolved issues are 10. So one issue didn't get resolved maybe, which might be in the backlog or somewhere. So that is how you can see the dashboard also. We can have more gadgets added, and you can have a pictorial representation. So that's about managing a project in Jira, starting from creation of the epic to user stories to tasks to subtasks, linking the issues to each other and creating that hierarchy, then creating a sprint, finishing of the task, commenting each other, mentioning the names of the people, tagging them, then logging work there, and then moving the tickets from one column to another column. We can add more columns in the boards, and then creating a Burndown chart, understanding that chart, using different filter options, using advanced search options, using dashboard for the pictorial representation, and also to create a very good reports to the manager. We can add automation rules also, which we have seen in the previous sessions, and which can be integrated with the project, and we can use those rules as and when needed. And then we can also use plugins like Zephyr to write test cases, to create test cycles, to create the traceability matrix, and create test executions and test runs also. So that is the usage of Jira. Jira is one of the most popularly used test management tool, and we have seen how well this tool is supporting Agile, and how easy the lives are becoming for everybody in the team, from client to the product manager to the product owner, business analyst, the development team, the QA team, the design team, the networking team, and freshers, interns. Everybody is able to use it, see each other's work, manage project. We can have different permissions granted to different set of peoples, and we have different accesses based on which there is a lot of safety and security of the items going on. There's a lot of confidentiality when we want to associate that, and when we don't, there's a lot of transparency also. So it's very flexible, very useful, very popular tool, and we have seen the in and out of Jira through this course, and you'll be able to now hopefully use Jira to the core and utilize all the available features inside it, so that you can have a well managed project in your teams. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great future with this tool. See you until next time. Bye bye.